Welcome to the Crestline Creatrix Matrix. Welcome to the Crestline Creatrix Matrix.
Welcome to the Crestline
Life, love, and the blues. I was in a local music store recently, perusing the anthologies of music. And there, amongst the tomes of the collected recordings of the musical legacy of this great nation, I saw a particular article I would like to bring to your attention here tonight. This particular article is entitled, "The Only Blues Album You Will Ever Need." Now, on this particular compilation were such luminaries as Eric Clapton, Johnny Copeland, Buddy Guy, Wilson Pickett, Howlin' Wolf, Screamin' Jay Hawkins, Lightnin' Hopkins, Lightnin' Slim, Robert Craig, Robert Johnson, Albert Collins, Albert King, and B.B. King. Now I will confess that men have had the blues at 3 o'clock, in the midnight hour, and after midnight. And while it is also true that every little red rooster born under a bad sign with a bad case of love has got their mojo working, I said has got their mojo working, but it just won't work on me, because I have seen the light. And there is a wrong we must right, so I am here to tell you that the only blues album you will ever need is a sin. The record executives, the editors, the compilers of the only blues album you or I or any of us will ever need did not see the need to include the person who for over 40 years with a slide guitar has been gnawing on it. You know I'm talking about Bonnie Raitt. And as I stand here tonight with a sixth string as my witness, I tell you that no true blues enthusiast, I said no true blues enthusiast would ever step over the strings of Memphis Minnie, Sister Rosetta Tharpe, or Beverly Guitar Watson, and yet the only blues album you will ever need did not see the need to feed us the cries and sighs, laughs and loves, moans and bemoanful brays of Marsha Ball, Hatter Brooks, Ruth Brown, Bessie Smith, Big Maybelle, and Big Mama Thornton, whose original hound dog was a howl against the very cheating and deceiving men who are all over the only blues album you will ever need. The only blues album you will ever need also saw fit to omit such experienced voices as Irma Thomas, Ma Rainey, Mamie Smith, Maria Muldaur, Odetta, Shamika Copeland, Sugar Pie DeSanto, Susan Tedeschi, Sippy Wallace, and that two-fisted mama, the swamp boogie queen herself, Katie Webster. A woman who has been stood up so many times, I said, has been stood up so many times by so many crawling king snakes, you would swear men were giving her a standing ovation. And so I ask you, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you how can a king appear without his queen, the queen, Coco Taylor? She's got what it takes. I said, you know she's got what it takes. But the only blues album you will ever need doesn't give a wang, dang doodle. So I'm asking you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and all of you to rise up and tell mama, tell your pa, I'm going to send you back to Arkansas. I'm going to send you over there to Mississippi, up on in there to Illinois, and way down there to Louisiana and Texas. And I'm going to send you east, west, north, and south to testify that the truth has not been told. And I would rather go blind than listen to the only blues album you will ever need, which did not see the need to give the blues its dues by excluding Etta James' point of view. And so, until the creators of the only blues album you will ever need see fit to rectify this grave injustice. I said sees fit to rectify this grave, gross, heinous, hideous, and erroneous injustice. Don't you ever talk to me about life, love, and the blues. But then oh my God, is he reciting Jesse's Girl?
And you are.
This is the greatest thing ever.
So DJ and poet, and now you're putting together poetry collections ready for publication.
I will not dispute that.
That is what you decided you would do here at your residency?
I decided I would come here and sort out the poems.
And you were able to.
And the headspace around them.
Yeah.
Yes. I was almost done with that.
Isn't that extraordinary?
Yes. 550 poems now. 300. Moved into different folders. Which on the surface seems like, well, isn't this just moving things around? Yes. But when you get filled with energy and are stressed out, that is the time to rearrange the furniture.
I love poems as furniture. I love that you got to move them around. Can you see the books coming into view? Can you feel the arc?
I can only focus on one thing at a time. Then, when that one's done, I will see what droppings are left over. And remains remain. And then I'll see, is there something else that can be put together out of the remains? Because I don't want to repeat myself.
I love that.
And, quite honestly, there's only so much verse people need to read about my mother.
Well,
or
everybody
me.
has their own, right?
And since I'm not too keen on the writing poems about flowers and birds, it doesn't leave a lot of extra travel space.
I first interviewed you 15 years ago, and we did it over email.
Okay.
But I thought maybe, because since you've been here in the Matrix, we've been having those dance parties.
When I was 30.
When you were 30, 15 years ago.
Bastard, right?
Yeah, and I was not 55.
And I have not figured anything out yet.
What is writing to you?
Well, what did I say originally?
Writing to me is a costume. It's like acting. Whether it's poetry or prose, I'm always a character.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a costume. Well, sure, back then it was a costume. No, now it's more of a conscious activity.
Yeah. You've had such good work ethic while you've been here. You wake and write. Is that what you do in your
Absolutely
world?
Not.
You only do that here? You don't do that in your world at home?
Absolutely not. My world is completely, utterly filled with distraction. Not to mention, with the radio thing, I am streaming and doing other things. So, if I do something scheduled in the morning, but then, Monday we have something else to do, it throws everything on.
So here you were able to focus and write. Move the furniture. Move things around.
There was some writing, yeah.
Some writing, some dance parties, some great playlists.
More music coming. Always have to have music on.
Tonight we'll have some of that.
Very likely.
We'll do this culminating activity here with a...
Yes, we'll sing Kumbaya.
Yes, if you like, we can do that. I do love doing that, as you know.
That is a terrible song.
It doesn't matter. This is standing and swaying.
I would rather sing the Mickey Mouse Club song.
All right. Well, you may have any closing song you'd like at your departure ceremony.
I have some on here somewhere. On one of these things I brought.
How was it getting to the Matrix? I love that you took a train.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't hard. You had the hardest part, which is picking me up at the train station. That's
was
the
a
biggest
joy.
hassle.
Yeah, it was just a joy, actually, to find there is a train station. And you got here from the Bay Area in less than a day, and for $50, $57.
Yes, but that's if you don't like bother with the insurance and fear of canceling. But
Nice.
just the same, still under $100, cheaper than a plane ticket. And you can sit there and work on the freaking train.
Yeah. Did you write on the train?
No, I was working on other things.
Yeah, good. So, DJ, poet,
Yeah.
performance artist, still,
Yeah.
button giver. You've been able to give some buttons out to the people of Crestline and Big Bear.
We just say gift giver, but yes,
Gift giver.
you never know what it might be.
That's right.
I gave a couple out to people, but generally I just leave them.
Uh-huh.
And then people can discover them in their day and go, what is... Especially if it's a shop where it's like a small shop, so they know their inventory and they know what's around, and they go, what's these finding 10 buttons just randomly about? What the fuck is this?
What is the button vocation or the gift giving? What is that to you?
That's because it's the spreading of the message.
And the message.
The message is love everybody. But, well, we don't need to get into that. That just complicates things. The buttons were designed maybe 15 years ago. There was an original design that was much more illustrated with my characters on it. But then 2 years ago or something, I was reminded that, I used to give these things out for free.
Yeah.
And it was quite lovely. But the design just needed an update because it was too much going on. And with the way, I just wanted to create a design that couldn't be argued.
Right. Yes. Beautiful.
So with characters, then people are always looking, well, who's missing from the picture?
I see.
You know, and it's a button, motherfuckers. It ain't a Norman Rockwell painting. We're not getting Tibetans, you're not getting an Ethiopian, you're not getting a Brazilian all mashed together with some slogan at the top.
You're just
Two words, baby.
Love everybody.
And you can apply that however you want to apply it. I have my own meaning behind that, but that makes it easy. It's a very simple catchphrase
I love that.
to remember.
Do you want to talk about the meaning behind it to you?
Well, yeah, because on the surface level, and this is why it's so successful and people love it and everything, that's a very simple message.
Yeah.
But if you stop and think about the everybody part,
Yes.
that's where people, if you really think about it, that's where people have to pause and go, but wait, but so-and-so and this person, no.
Everybody.
But on the surface level, people can just take it and run with it, so it works.
No, you brought us some every booty. Love
Yes,
every
every
booty.
For the S&M people in your life who need to smack that ass up. That one, also a little more complicated in design, because it has the two rainbows. The queer rainbow and then the tonal skin color rainbow.
Nice. Really
So
lovely.
that was a way that I could actually get the spectrum in without having to do characters. Yeah.
I love the visual practice. I love the poetry. I love the books that you've that you're arranging furniture inside of. I like the book homes that you've made. What is up for you in 2022 to 2023? Do you think what are you doing? What do you want people to know that you're...
What am I doing? Well, I think the major focus in the present is getting things physically produced
Nice.
because I'm being pestered about where can we buy these things that you keep posting,
Uh-huh.
and it's frustrating us that we don't have them on our walls.
Right, right. People
So,
do want the things you
looking
make.
into local people to do these things and how cost effective that's going to be and how I'm going to do it in terms of where I will sell them. Will I partner with a gallery, or am I going to do limited runs on things? And, you know, because I'm kind of also, I can't, the idea of a mass-produced,
It's not what you want to do. Right.
it just becomes impersonal at that point,
Yeah.
you know. And the things that I design, quite frankly, for the specific audiences, I know, unlike, say, somebody just buying some random thing off Society 6 on an impulse buy, I don't think that will get handed down to anybody.
Mm.
But if somebody's buying a specific print, say, designed around a specific artist that they love, then that may go somewhere else when they pass on, or they will definitely take it with them wherever abode they move from one place to the next. I would hope.
So you're making...
Because I don't want to create landfill.
There you go. That's right. That's a really interesting consciousness to develop. I really...
Which as you can imagine, I'm not the only one struggling with that problem of being an artist. Like, even painting canvases is like, isn't this just going to end up in the ocean?
Yeah.
But it will end up in the ocean after I'm gone, so if I'm gone, what does it matter?
Well, there's a generation of people coming after you.
Yes, but that is not out of my control, and they will navigate their way, as we have navigated our way, through the mountains of stuff the Greeks left behind, and the fucking Egyptians and all. You know, I mean, like, whenever a war goes down or an earthquake or something, there's always a tragic loss of some kind of building or art. But if there wasn't, the earth would be hoarded full of stuff. Just the Parthenon alone. and the Forbidden City.
Come back to the Matrix with me. What did you like when you got here? How does it work for you? How was your experience doing a residency here?
I would say my experience with doing a residency here is you have to come knowing what your intentions are.
Okay.
For your residency. Because there will be certain amounts of services that will be available to you. But the service that is not really going to be available generally is the ideas.
Yeah.
As an artist, one should already have the ideas of something they want to do, I would think. There may be some, like, what about this direction or that direction, but nobody's going to come up with your theme or your thesis.
That's right.
For you.
That's right. Good.
Unless they're getting, I don't know, what?
Yeah.
60% share?
Or something. Who knows?
How are we organizing that? This day and age with copyright. How? So yeah, come with your own ideas and intentions.
Excellent.
And I would say this was not anything that was ever presented to me, but clear having been here, there is no medium nor idea that is off limits. So, if you want to weave penis cozies, you can do that here.
Yes, I suppose you could.
And you can just tell people they're for the cucumbers. And then when they ask you, why does a cucumber need a cozy? You just go, why does a dog need a sweater?
And with that, I thank you so much for bringing back the Elizabeth Press you were a part of and all the work we did to publish together way back in those 15 years ago. You really have brought some new life to that old idea. And I'm so excited to see your books that are born from this reorganization strategy you did here at the residency.
And also, in those presses,
yeah.
I mean, I know I was a feature, there were other features, there were many other authors. So I say, hey, we haven't talked in a while. You were in the press I did years ago. I now have a retreat.
Yes.
Come here and write.
Would you like to bring a Come Here and Write retreat? Would you facilitate one in a future someday?
Oh, I could. I have people that might, if plan far enough in advance.
Yeah.
I might be able to convince some people to come. Because they can rent out like a lodge room somewhere else.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Just come.
Yeah, and we would just
sit out in the backyard or go down by the lake or where. Or if we're going to go up to the Bear Lake place. I mean, go hiking or whatever.
Yeah, there's a lot between here and Big Bear for people to come and stay and play. But learning from you has been exciting. You hold a really beautiful space. You're very invitational. The music is fun. The dancing is easy. And the poetry continues to astound me. You were my featured writer, and I think I felt like you were a find. Like I had discovered you or something.
Well, I'm sorry to tell you. You're not the first one to discover me. That would be me.
That's the best. Well, I love you, and I'm so glad you came. Thank you for coming to the Crestline Creatrix Matrix and making...
In Crestline, California.
and making your residency here. And I can't wait to see the books and more.
Residency turned squatter.
You're invited.